And we are back from the break. And we left off right before the break as the Grav ships appeared, coming into orbit around Almov, as well as your Battle Dolphin. So Norav brings his vessel in close to the others, so that you guys can signal between, and you can take your flitter back to your ship if you want to do so and be more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think we'll do that.
Okay. And the Grav ships come up alongside and extend some planks between them and get you in close and do the same so that there can be a quick conference with the captains. Vordon and Norav kind of take the lead for the Gravs, but it's mostly your show.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, Leva, at some point during those 6 days, she wakes up and she goes, "Oh, my voice is back!
Yep.
Oh, thank
People,
God.
listen, my voice is back, my voice is back, my voice is back."
and
Thank you, Tyr. You finally answered my prayers.
and the next wild search is going to be changing your voice to be deeper.
Oh no, so you have a baritone now?
Or we could just make it permanent. Make the go back to the squeaky voice and make it permanent.
No.
Well, the people generally liked it. There's only one exception.
But what if the next wild search will make it permanent that she has alternating voice? The pitch alternates every day.
The ever-changing voice.
That's horrible.
I could make a spell about that. Yeah, Lafdul, you could make a spell about that. Wouldn't that be a great trickstery spell?
Yeah.
I think something like that would disrupt spellcasting.
It might. All right, so the other Grav captains converse with each other, updating Norav and Vordon on the status of their ships as well and such like that. And then they all turn to you, and Vordon says, "Well, what's the plan? It will take us about a day to get to Voosh from here."
Well, we need to basically. Solas will reiterate how to get into the asteroid, so that we need to have the asteroid facing the door side of the asteroid facing the sun, so that we can shine the light from the sun through the prism on the door.
So one of the things that you did learn from Vordon's information is that the Kravul has it has a very short rotation period on the matter of hours. So whenever you get there, unless it's behind the planet, it's gonna be not too long before it would be
doable.
Yeah, before it would be doable. And you can, you've got a prism, and it can kind of angle light beams and stuff like that. So
yeah. And also from the reports and the plates, we easily can estimate that our ship should be able to go inside.
Yeah. Now, whether you want to take your ship inside is another question. That's going to be up to you.
The whole ship.
Yeah, the whole ship, the Battle Dolphin.
Yeah.
So the simple plan would be the Grav ships would basically do distraction / interference while we go to the moon and enter the moon with our ship.
I suppose one advantage of taking the whole ship inside is we don't have it hanging around on the outside being spotted. Now we've heard about this thing of the gold electrocuting people. Have we got any
That's a
defense against
frying.
that? Frying people.
From what the record showed, anyone who spent more than a short amount of time on the surface, basically retrieving the bodies of the dead, died with some kind of burning
Right.
injuries.
Oh, it's going to be another Rado experience. Hey, the new guys
But-
get to experience that.
Well, the exacts of the what caused the burning and such, we didn't really find out that.
Ah, Finn, Solas, you got to come to Rado at some point. Great place.
But if my theory is correct, we should not need to be too much in the danger area
Mm-hmm.
until we can go inside the asteroid or the moon.
Does
Yeah,
someone want to take
it didn't look
the,
like you'd need to land on it to use
Yeah.
the prism. So then
Yeah,
the
so
question
the-
then the question only becomes what is it like inside, and that you have no information on.
Yeah.
Does someone want to hold on to that prism where you squeeze in it? Does the temperature thing? I mean, it might only be for them, but it might be useful to bring that particular item with us.
Well, I've got a ring that protects me.
No, this is a squeegee
From the
cube,
Yeah.
like a Rubik's cube
Uh,
or something. I don't know.
About the reports on the moon, the people who retrieved the bodies didn't really say that it was hot air that was burning them, since there's no
Okay.
atmosphere. It might be that there's some kind of energy discharges on the
Right.
surface.
So while you were back at our ship with those panels,
Mhm.
did you manage to match up any of the pictures on the panels with anything in any maps of the surface of this moon?
Well, there seems to be quite a huge door on one side. The lines of the moon seems to form quite a huge door, and that seems to be the place we need to shine the light through our prism.
Okay, I guess we're doing that then.
And from the panels, we think that it needs to be the sunlight. Other kind of light might work, but the panels show it to be the sun.
All right, so you're gonna take the whole battle dolphin inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Unless anyone has any other suggestions.
Well, we could do it in a way that we go with the battle dolphin, but prepare to either go with the flitter or the shuttle if it looks like the inside of the asteroids is not a good place to take our ship, or the moon is not good place to take our ship.
Yeah.
But
If
if it looks like that we can take the ship and there's nothing that is inherently dangerous inside, we might as well take the whole ship.
Yeah. So we're going to have to pick one of the ships as a contingency plan. I would vote on the flitter because it's smaller.
Mm-hmm.
It's also, I was thinking it's a living crystal ship. I wonder how it'll react to hot temperatures. I suppose if it's starting to get back to a ship, it's a bit late for us at that point because we're more vulnerable to the heat than the ship is.
That might be the case.
Most likely.
So two questions then. Has anyone got any issues with us taking the whole ship inside the moon? And does anyone have any issues with the flitter being used as a contingency if it looks like we need a smaller ship?
No, not really.
No, I don't really mind.
How does the opening work into the asteroid?
It should open basically a huge door that allows us to fit the whole ship.
Yeah, but you don't
Based
know
on
whether
the-
that's a swinging door or a sliding door.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What happens if that door closes after we've gone through with our whole ship?
Same thing that happens if it closes when we go through with our flitter.
We just have to find a way to open it from the inside.
there's a slight difference, if we go into it with the flitter, there's the ship outside, and we can ask the people outside to help us. Where,
Right.
for example, if the door only has an opening mechanism on the outside, then it would be an advantage to have somebody at least out on the outside to help us if necessary.
That's true.
Just an idea.
Well, the ship can't really stay on the orbit in any case.
I mean, if the door starts closing behind you, couldn't you just put up like a wall of force to hold it apart for a while? If you went in with a flitter.
I suspect that we'll need to take the prism inside, though, which means if we get stuck inside, we need you to teleport outside with a prism.
Yeah, I guess I was
Now
thinking that also.
Now we know a little bit more about the rope. Leva can sort of do it, no matter what's on the outside.
You want to go over on the catapult then?
I'm sorry?
You want to go over on the catapult since you're so confident with your survivability in wild space.
Taking the whole ship inside would allow us to have basically also base camp in there with resupplies.
Yep, I concur with that. But Lev has raised a point, so maybe we should have a vote.
Well, if we don't take the whole ship, then perhaps shuttle. That would also allow us to carry more supplies than our flitter would.
Yeah, but I'd rather take the whole ship in or just take the flitter.
What do the graphs say?
Vordon and Genval will go with you, but the rest of the Gravs, they're kind of waiting to find out what you want them to do in terms of like a distraction and stuff like that.
Let's settle this thing about whether we're taking the whole ship in or not. So who wants to
Yeah,
go
but
with?
Leva,
Yeah, go on.
sorry. Leva could, in theory, spend an afternoon or so with one of the people on the graph ship to get them to get to know them and to be able to say to use a sending to them, right?
You would probably know the captain of the hauler well enough already, because you did send him a message with sending.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good then. Then he'd be our backup if we get locked inside.
Wow.
But we would still have the problem that I believe we will have to take the prism in with us. So if the door shuts and we need the prism on the outside, we'd need Lever to teleport out of the moon to reopen the door.
I would think if we need to enter the moon, there would be also some mechanism to open the door from the inside.
It might just be a simple case of just performing a light trick from the reverse using a light source.
Well,
he might just be casting a shadow or something to,
Leva does
activate the
have a scroll with teleport on it, so she's not the only. Well, it's level 14, but still, she has a scroll with teleport on it. If somebody else needs to absolutely teleport out.
Okay, that sounds good.
Old
Mm-hmm.
question.
Yeah.
How familiar would the hauler be as a teleport location now?
Let me take a quick look. That would probably fall into studied carefully.
Studied carefully, so it would be pretty decent chance.
Yeah.
So
4 for high, 2 for low.
Mm-hmm.
The panels, this thing you raised about the fact that we might get stuck inside, do the panels give any indication of how many things we might still need to do inside the moon?
The panels mostly just guided us to the moon and how to get in.
Yeah, the final panel is just getting the door open, kind of thing.
So once we are inside, we have to find out from inside what we need to do in there, how to make the thing operate.
So there might be more panels.
There might be more panels. There might be whole tapestries of things to guide us, or whole walls
Sounds like
full of murals.
Ockar, do you have any more armor polish? Or do we have any more stuff on the ship we can take with us?
Yeah, we should have some on the ship that we can grab.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, if we take the ship, we should have the universal soul oven, isn't that on Leva's quarters?
Yeah. But if we need to leave the ship and go to the flitter, we need to remember to take that with us.
Yeah.
I will.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So, who is in favour of Leva's thing of us leaving the bigger ship outside? Bearing in mind, if we get stuck in there permanently and we have to come out by teleport, we would be any ship that's inside might be lost. So it's not.
Well,
Although I don't agree with her,
you might also just be able to teleport out with the prism, open the thing up, and then the ship can come out, kind of thing too.
That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'd rather take the whole ship in. But
I mean, odds are you might be able to just dimension door past.
Yeah.
As well. You just need to know what's on the other side, don't you?
You
Or do you
don't
have
need
to
to know
see
what's on the
this?
other side with Dimension Door, I don't believe. You just need to know distance. But
No, you need to know the. Can I say how much higher or lower it is too?
Well, if you're just going straight ahead.
yeah. But it's more of a distance kind of thing than a, like with teleport, you're going to a specific place. With Dimension Door, you're going to a specific distance.
Yes, up to 30 yards.
Yeah.
Which is in terms of neighbors and close by is far, but in terms of ship distances is nothing at all.
Right.
It depends how big or thick the door
I mean,
is.
the door might itself be almost that thick.
Maybe.
But considering that it should be pretty safe to also teleport into the hauler, we could also just use that as the backup ship if we need to teleport out to open the door from the outside. But the ships, in any case, can't be staying close to here. They would, at minimum, retreat to Almov, so they would be at least a day away.
I do wonder if it has to be the light of this sun specifically, or just sunlight.
I have a scroll with that section.
Well, the tablets don't. Tablets only indicate that it's the sun, and this is the only sun in the system. So that is the safe bet, but not necessarily the only source of light that would work.
I do know of a spell that replicates sunlight.
I have a sun ray spell scroll. That's a 7th level sun spell.
why don't we try the sun first and then
Well,
try the other options if we got problems.
The advantage of something like a spell that creates appropriate light would be that you could do it when the door is not facing towards the sun.
That's true.
Or
Okay.
when the moon is behind the planet.
That's true.
Now, you are close enough that your spyglass could give you some idea about the location of the moon at this point.
Yeah. Okay, Braxon, to get your spyglass.
Look at the extremely shiny reflective gold.
Well, you're also looking towards the sun, which is also fun times. You would probably want Glau as your navigator to also take a look and work with him, see what he thinks. The Grav would tell you that the moon has about a 10-day orbit cycle, so it's really only about a day that it would be completely blocked by the sun,
Yeah.
by the planet.
If we're traveling towards the sun, can we project the image out the back of the spyglass onto a bit of card or the wall or something?
It's just more of a be careful what you're doing. Don't look directly at the sun. But you're not
Yeah.
looking directly at the sun. You're looking at a planet that is not directly in line with the sun.
Okay.
So, all right. So, let me see what position the moon is at when you look.
Old.
Hold on a second. All right. So, Braxon, you and Glau use a spyglass and take a look at Vush,
Mhm.
and it with you and Glau consult and look, and it looks like it's a few days past having been eclipsed. So you've got like a good week before it's back in the shadow again.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right, Solas, you had a question?
Yeah, about the notes and which side that door would be. Did it mention the size of that side? Since you said that it's not the even sized the sides.
No. It's a perfect cube.
Ah, it's perfect cube. Okay.
Yeah. At least as far as I can tell. Like, you know, I mean, they can't tell if it's 0.99 on one side and 1.01 on another kind of thing. But as far
Okay.
as I can tell, it's a perfect cube.
Did it in any way indicate what side it might be?
I mean, it doesn't really matter. You just get there and take a look.
Oh, well.
It is a side that
But yeah.
rotates, that can rotate towards and away from the planet. So I mean the sun. So it's probably not on the poles.
Did we get anything off the grabs for the day cycle?
Yeah, it's about 3 hours.
3 hours, so it's not a problem at all.
No, and depending on the exact position, it doesn't have to be a perfect line. You've got a lot of leeway because the prism can angle the light.
Yeah.
By the way,
Mhm.
can we retcon a bit that during the dream spell, since I mentioned it previously, but I didn't mention it during the dream spell, that I would have mentioned the shape of our ship before we arrived to Almov. So if Finn or Lafdul would have wanted to repair the ship with the shape wood spell.
Yeah, that's fine.
I got a shape wood spell memorized. Can do one.
But
Do you guys want to cast that then?
Yeah, I can do. What was it? D100, and I need to get of
If we got a day before we go
under
in
70, which I believe I get 2 hull points from that.
Okay.
2 whole points.
And 2 units of wood.
Yeah.
All right. Finn will memorize and cast a couple the next day.
You would have known about the shape of the ship, so you could have memorized those and cast them now. I'm fine with
Okay. So the first one. Anyone remember what the target is for me?
You're a level above. Yeah, I think yours is 80 or less.
For level 9?
So it's 90
Yeah,
or
because
less.
I got 70 or less. No, it's...
I've
Even
added
then,
Well,
was-
that one's definitely less, so there's 2 more hull points.
I've added Lafdul's on.
Yeah.
Let's add these 2 as well. Another 2.
And
So
the
right, so
second
we
one I
only do wood.
cast.
Only need 2 more.
And the second one I cast. Oh, that one only gets us 1.
Okay.
Mhm.
Right, so we're 1 short and we've used 5 lots of wood.
Mm-hmm.
Let me take the 5 lots of wood off the sheet.
Because there's 9 cubic feet plus 1 cubic feet a level, so a thing can do 180, well, 18 cubic feet. So yeah, we worked out as 80% for Finn, and mine's 70.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got 6 whole points worth of wood left.
And you're at the perfect number of hull points right now. All right. So,
Nice.
do you want the Gravs to engage in combat? Do you want them to try to lead the courier away? What do you want them to do while you're doing this? Keep in mind, you don't know how long. Like, if they're involved, they will tell you that the courier will not be pursuing too far, as in they're not going to completely abandon this position. So there's an element of you're going to be on a bit of a timer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my guess is, unless this moon does something weird when we open it, that we're better off not having them draw attention to the fact that anyone's here.
Yeah.
So it's probably best for them not to start a fight. If we get spotted on the way in, it's probably good for them to engage with whoever spots us and try to destroy them. Or if they can't destroy them, to try and draw them off and destroy them before they can communicate with another ship.
If you're getting in, they're pretty confident that you're going to be spotted if you take in a large ship into the area, any large ship. So.
Oh right. Okay.
Anything.
Now you tell me. Now tell me.
I mentioned it before.
Okay. So the big ship fits inside their ship, doesn't it? It did before.
I don't think your Battle Dolphin did.
I thought we went inside.
No, we were in the flitter. We're in a tiny little thing.
No, I mean originally when we first met them. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's a good point. No, we flew in tandem until we could get to a place to talk, and we went on the science asteroid.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if we're going in the flitter,
the flitter won't be seen. That's a guarantee almost.
Then the flitter's got the cloaking helm.
That leaves all the combat capability with the Grav, and it gives them more odds.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to communicate. We'll just have to rely on ascending or something.
I would suggest if they fight that they don't draw attention to the moon. They could come in on a sort of parallel course with us if we're going to go in on the flitter. And we veer off to the moon and they carry on and they look like they're doing a patrol and a sweep around. If they get into a fight, they could try and take out some grav ships, but without trying to make so much of a fuss that thousands of ships come up to the surface, into orbit.
I mean, the Courier have more ships here than the Gravs brought in, but they're also smaller, so.
Yeah. I would tell them not to. My advice would probably be don't get into a stand-up fight. If you get attacked, try and take out some small ships and then move off and go round
before they assemble into a big ship.
Yeah, before they assemble.
Basically, at most, small skirmish.
Yeah, hit and run guerrilla tactics.
Yeah. They can do hit and run tactics and basically circle the moon and the world slightly randomly so that they can get back to the moon. Then that will mean that if the crew spot them, they won't all home in on the moon. They'll be trying to patrol the whole area around the planet in all different directions.
So basically, do you want all the ships to come in, drop you off, and then leave kind of thing?
Sort of. Go into orbit, I was thinking.
Okay.
I don't think we want to go with the big ships into the. If the big ships get spotted, we don't want to go with the big ships on the orbit of the moon we are going to.
No, I didn't say in orbit of the moon. I said in orbit of the planet. What my idea is they don't stay right next to the moon because that draws attention to the moon. If they're spotted, they go around the world, and then the crew will think it's a general attack on the planet.
The planet's an air world, and it's pretty stormy. There's not a whole lot there. There's a second moon that's a water world, and they're using it as kind of like a resource gathering location.
Okay, well then maybe they can, if they get spotted, they can try to make it look as if this was a mission to go to the water world to take out some crew. And then make it look like they're breaking off or something.
Okay.
What does everyone else think?
Yeah, that sounds okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I think we're going with that.
Anyone else have any things that they want to add?
No, I'm good with it.
No.
Okay.
I think we're fine.
Okay, so it will take about a day to get to Voosh, a bit more than that, and that will give you time to fully select your spells. So you'll separate from the rest of the ships, like when you get to the orbit of Voosh, and they stay in orbit of Voosh, and you go off to the moon. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would have prepared before we, for the day we meet, to cast the Unfailing Endurance on the group.
I will mention it might be worth taking some Endure Heats, considering this place might be hot.
You'll have an opportunity when you get there. I mean, it'll take a little bit of time to maneuver around to the moon. It may not be in the right position, so you'll have some time to cast long-term preparation spells when you're about there, kind of thing. You don't have to worry about it right now.
Yeah, the Unfailing Endurance I would cast well before, since it's 1 day per level, and so it's 9 days for me.
Okay.
So basically I would cast it on the time of a meeting, so I can free that 4th level spell to later on.
Okay, who are you casting it on?
I'm casting it on the whole group, since it's 9 creatures.
Okay. So
whole party, and that's 6, and then the Gravs, and if Sun Fayun is coming with us, or Margoth, I would cast it to one of them.
All right. Well, I guess
Margoth's more likely to be
then
in
before we
combat.
come to that decision, who do you want to come with you? Sun Fayun can pilot. Margoth could pilot too, but then of course you wouldn't have any spells.
Should probably leave one of the clerics on the Battle Dolphin, considering they're potentially getting into combat and they don't have a priest.
And you could leave someone behind, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Might be worth taking either Nor or the other wizard. I forget her name.
As a pilot, you mean?
Yeah. I mean, they get to come on a death voyage with us. But no, I genuinely think we should have a priest on the ship. That's why I'm saying that.
With this.
No, he means leaving a priest behind.
Right.
Yeah, so I assume some Fayun would be that person, because we want Margoth with us.
Or you could leave Margoth, and Margoth is definitely a more powerful priest than Sun Fayun. You've certainly discovered.
Well, it's true. She's also been far more useful for us.
Well, that's the other thing is all, but that's
yeah, there's a trade-off. What does the party want? I suppose.
Well, technically, Margoth is just our customer that is traveling with us,
Yeah,
while
rather than a
Chun
hireling.
Fayun is our hireling. So if we are going to be risking someone's life ethically, it should be Chun Fayun then.
Either or is dangerous.
Yeah, but one is paid for the danger, one is in it for just passage and
That's 'cause-
possibly friendship.
If we're in it for the lulz, I mean, Lafdul's here for the lulz.
Yeah, that's just Lafdul.
All right, so
But
party,
that's-
any opinions? Who do you want with you? Keep in mind that unless you bring both of them, whoever comes is probably going to be the helmsman, unless someone else is going to be the helmsman on the flitter.
Mm-hmm.
So you need someone to pilot.
So has anyone thought to ask Margoth if she'd be interested in coming?
Margoth is fine with coming. Yeah, she would have expressed that willingness.
It's your unique adventure, put it that way.
Yeah, you've definitely gotten the impression that Margoth is an adventurous person.
And the other helmsman was Vardra, wasn't it?
Roger was a dwarven priest.
Yeah,
Left us
she's-
with the talking hammer.
Yeah.
She's gone now.
Yeah, she's gone.
How's she doing?
She eloped with the hammer.
So you've got Nor, Numerial,
Numerial,
Sun
that's it, yeah,
Fayun,
sorry.
Yeah.
and Margoth. Any one of them can be helmsman on your flitter. If you take Nor or Numerial, one thing that will do is that will leave better potential helmsmen behind for your battle dolphin. Lenelius can also do the same thing. So it might be something to consider having one of the better spellcasters stay behind for combat, because that will mean your ship is more effective in combat when you're not there.
Yeah, worst case.
But unless you have someone else act as acting captain, Lenelius is, with his experience.
I think we should take Numerial. Or no, I'm not really fast. It's up to them which one of those two.
And then leave.
I'm just asking the person who is writing his journal, his diary. Whether Numeria would be happy to come or prefer to stay.
You mean you can have write off Anghammarand's ending chronicle for Lord Ferric?
I don't know
He
whether
says it's
Nord...
all good either way. He's happy either way. Numeria.
I think you should
Level
decide. I think you should decide on who to bring based on what is going to be the best for the situation at hand with the two ships.
I think Nor would be okay for being on the helm, coming with.
Give Nor his first field trip.
Yeah. Why not?
Well,
it's only been 5 years.
No, it
yeah,
hasn't.
Nor can see inside the cube if he wants to. Yeah, and we keep. So, do we bring Numerial with us as ammo, or we're leaving Numerial and Sunfern?
If you're bringing Nor, you're leaving Numerial.
Yeah.
The question is, do you bring or leave Sun Fayun or Margoth? Or both?
Well, Lever would be voting to bring Margoth, because she's been very, very, very helpful in many situations.
She has been very helpful.
I'd say.
And not that he hasn't been helpful, but I have to say far less.
I think we could bring both, and then Numerial and our special guest elf could separate the ships if we need two ships.
Not if they've been spelljamming previously. You need 3 people to do that.
No, because they're not going to separate the ships unless we need them to, or unless they need to do.
But you still need spare spellcasters to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Because they would be in downtime from piloting the helm the previous day.
And Linelius
Oh, I
is not
see
going to
what you're
leave. And Linelius is not going to leave your ship. He's acting captain.
Yeah.
I think we just trade some Fahune for Norfair.
All right.
Okay.
That was my vote.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
And keeping the and keeping Margoth with you as well.
Yeah.
If he wants to.
If you ask her to
Okay.
come, she'll eagerly come. She'll also stay on your ship if you want her to do that. Like,
Yeah.
she understands the power of her own magic and its effect.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, that means that between Nor and Margoth, you got to choose Solas, who is getting the unfailing endurance.
Well,
gonna be
Margoth is
obvious.
Margoth is most likely going to be the one that is more in danger. So let it go to Margoth.
Okay.
That's where we find out Norfair's got a very objectionable personality. My life's always in danger on the helm.
I think you would have known by now whether he had an objectable.
How old is he?
He's.
Because it's been like 5 years now, isn't it?
Something like
Okay.
that.
He's like 24.
I think he's up to like 27 now. I'd have to go back and look. He was.
I thought you said he was like a scrappy teenager when we had him.
I don't think I said. I think you guys
No.
assumed that because he
No.
was immature, but I'm pretty sure I indicated that he was in his 20s.
We got told he was an apprentice. We didn't get told he was a teenager.
Yeah.
He might have been an old apprentice. He might have been like 35 and he hasn't learned how to do stuff yet.
He was not that old. He's not.
No, I'm not saying he was.
Right. But yeah, just being
I'm
an
just saying-
apprentice does mean like it doesn't carry too much. But he's he like when you met him, he was by no means worldly. So he would seem younger than his actual years in certain ways.
He's the red shirt of D&D.
Well,
he's not a
dead.
red shirt. He's our oldest employee, sort of.
No, when we first got him.
Well, he wasn't. He was the only one of. He
He
was.
survived because he
the
was
only
the door.
He was the only person that survived out of the lot.
Yeah.
Higamus
So-
decided to use his universal headbutt as a lockpick
Yeah.
through a wall. Great times that.
Yeah.
All right, so Vordon Genva and Margoth get unfailing endurance.
Is it +4 on con and strength checks, isn't it?
All right, and that lasts 9 days?
Yeah, 9 days.
Okay, so 8 days after you arrive at in the orbit of Voosh. Okay.
Indeed.
Am I allowed to retcon a spell? But if not, it's fine. I will cast it today. It was Sacred Guardian I was going to cast on Finn.
Yeah, you could cast that on Finn. How long does that last?
Day level. So it should outlast this.
Okay.
I'll minus it down a day.
So how many days total?
7 left.
Okay.
I figured that either me or Finn might be separate from each other, so.
Alright. Okay, so, you begin traveling the day to Voosh. You'll have time to change up your spells and have a full selection. You've had plenty of time, so I'm not too concerned on the precise amount of time that it takes. Go ahead and just choose the spells that you'll have access to when you get to Voosh, basically for the day for this adventure.
Oh yeah, I would also be casting an Iron Vigil on myself on the day I cast the endurance spell.
Iron Vigil, that's when you...
Iron Vigil lasts for 1 week per day plus level.
Yeah, but that's if you're stationary.
Was it?
It's like a meditation spell.
No.
That's why I've never used it.
No, it just requires you not to... you are not required to drink, eat or sleep, and you are effectively immune to exposure, dehydration, heat and or cold injury, since no natural occurring climate condition will cause him harm.
Alright, hold on a second. Let me look at the spell.
You can meditate while the spell is in effect to ignore sleep.
That seems like your
But if
like
you
an
want,
extended guard duty spell.
but if you want to recover memorize spells, you have to sleep normally. But it doesn't say anything about you meditating the whole time.
I would have cast this on Rado if I'd known this would work like that.
At least I don't read anything like that in there.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say it, but I guess it would be like the nature of the spell. That seemed... I mean, obviously, I'm not a DM,
I
but-
think that I'm gonna rule that requires you to actually be keeping a vigil, as in a watch.
guard.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Like where you can't sleep and you're the only guard.
or not
Well,
even
the
not
spell
even
allows
just
you
that,
to
but you're
sleep.
guarding a location. Because the thing is like, I mean, that's level 2 and ignoring hunger, thirst, and extremes of climate. That's really powerful
So
for just
good.
traveling around all the time.
Yeah, it's like that would have been awesome, Rattle.
So I'm gonna that does not work while you're actually moving around.
You don't take the divination spell much, do you?
Not that often. Since usually I need other spells.
It's like a stronger augury. I don't have access to 4th level divination.
Okay, so how you guys doing on spell selection?
Everyone's got temporary healing potions. Oh, that would have been done during the trip.
Okay.
Do
All right.
you have enough to make those?
Yeah,
good
it's
berries?
6. One, I wouldn't have been on the ship to have known in advance whether or not if they were ripe and stuff. So, and plus, I would lose all my 2nd level spells today if I did that.
All right. So you guys have your spell selected. You're getting to Vush. Any spells that you want to cast before long-term hour duration type spells or divination spells or anything like that? Anything that you're casting
Yes.
at the beginning of the day? All right, Leva.
Strength on Ockar.
All
Oh,
right.
nice.
Give me just a second.
Say that afterwards.
Right, lose your clothes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, that is level variation +5. That's pretty nice. That's quite lengthy. All right, Ockar, go ahead and roll 1d8. All right, get 5 points of strength.
Lafdul would have stolen a crew member's shoes.
So my normal strength is 16, so that means
1830.
So
okay.
your new holy symbol is shoes.
I was honestly thinking that. I'm not taking my shoes off in combat.
Do they smell?
I mean, if you want to have a shoe as your holy symbol, you can steal a shoe from a crew member. That's
Yeah, it doesn't smell.
No, I was just thinking it'd be funny if because I don't have any shoes, I would probably steal some shoes.
Look, that's
I'm
that's
pretty sure
his
you'd have
note.
some spare boots back on your.
I got spare boots.
Yeah.
No, Lafdul only has one set of clothes.
I mean, I have magical shoes.
I think Lafdul would steal a grav shoe.
No.
would
Gotta be
struggle to carry it.
But you could still steal a crew member's shoe to use as a holy symbol.
That's highly impractical.
It's a shoe. It fits in your pocket.
I could have shoelace. if
Why?
you have
Why
laces.
is Lafdul arguing with the will of his deity instead of picking up the smelly shoe?
How can
mean,
I
I
roleplay?
think you
I
said-
pull
I
out a
think you said
shoe
shoe.
and shove
I
it into your
think-
face as I cast Cure Light Wounds in your face with a shoe. How
I
can you
it's-
explain that?
don't think that Cure Light Wounds requires your holy symbol.
Doesn't it? I'm sure it does.
It didn't, if I remember correctly.
Clearly, this month
I don't
you're
know,
Just
Fireball
because
is-
it's not required doesn't mean you can't do it anyway.
That's true.
Fireball is
That's true.
smart.
You
Yeah.
can
You-
say,
you-
you
you-
can say, you know, you gotta smell the shoe to be healed.
When they find it's been successful.
I mean, it's pretty common tactic for clerics of different faiths to add some extra flair on the spellcasting.
All right. So any other spells that you guys are casting? Lafdul has a shoe for a holy symbol.
Oh my god.
It's too late. Can't no take backsies.
Be happy
This
with
is going to
your
be
new holy
great.
symbol.
Tech magic. I'm casting. I'm waving around a shoe.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
This
And the
actually
other
could
the other
fall
members of the party are going to be like, didn't I see one of the crew members with that?
I don't know that Braxton would have.
Anghammarand
Go
has a very good proposition how you do this using a shoe.
Also, we got 100 bits for the shoe.
Yeah.
They've been shamed into the shoe.
All right. Anyone else have any spells that they're casting?
I cast Sacred Guard, and anyone want to cast one on me? No? Alright, fine.
Braxton
You'll be
casts.
fine.
Braxton
Yeah,
casts
I
a
said last
little.
time I almost died because if he didn't have Sacred Guardian on me when I bled out.
Yeah,
Braxton
Braxton would
would-
keep you alive.
True.
Braxton will waggle his fingers and put a small piece of wood on your shoulder, and then take it off.
This is why I've
taking the
never
chip off
given
of,
you.
you're taking the chip off of Lafdul's shoulder.
Yeah.
All right.
I-
So, Finn, did I hear you?
I was just gonna say, too bad I don't have major access to the charm sphere. I could have made Braxton actually able to cast something there.
That's true.
Oh, the imbue spell. And see, I've been hesitant about casting that on Braxton because I don't like his faith.
Wow.
I feel like the way Braxton is portraying Ptah, instead of being god of craftsmen, he is god of puns.
Well, it is puns are an art form.
They are the highest form of humor. All right. So you, one by one, the grav ships drop out into orbit around Vush.
Yeah.
And your battle dolphin brings up the rear. As soon as you do so, you board the flitter and take off heading towards Kravul.
Before we take off,
Yes.
Braxton's gonna ask Solas if he thinks we might need to use a spyglass inside the cube.
I mean, it's always potential. It's a quite big place.
Yeah, actually, does
Yeah.
anyone have anything that they want to make sure that they're bringing? That they may not have brought before or they may not normally bring?
Because the spyglass protects our ships.
I will bring my spare pair of lockpicks.
I mean,
never
you could. Do you have a basically case that you can carry the spyglass in? If you do, you could take it with us and have it stored, for example, in Lafdul's bag of holding.
all levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, got dropped using it before. Well, we could leave it on the flitter and go back for it. It's just it protects our ship. It helps our ship avoid
Yeah,
being
the ship should probably have like.
I'm going to leave it with the ship unless you really think we need it.
Didn't Ockar get one?
He's
Did
got
he?
a broken one. He
Oh.
needs to pay for a new lens.
Yeah, I'm waiting on that.
Well, we can't do anything about that until we're stationary for a while.
Yeah.
It's not like the Grav can give us a magic lens for free, for no reason.
Not
Okay,
that
we'll
they
leave it
have
to
magic
Spoga.
lenses.
Sorry?
Not that they have magic lenses.
No, they have magic lenses. Okay. Well, we haven't asked, have we?
Well, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay. I guess Braxon will bring glitter tines and leave it on the flitter just in case. It looks like we need to get back and arm up.
All right. And did you guys also make sure that you're fully healed and everything?
I should be.
That's a good point.
I will check.
I'll mark that.
Yeah, I'm fully healed.
I don't know if I was. No, I
I
wasn't.
was 5 down, but we've had more than 5 days,
will
haven't we?
Yeah,
fully
you've
healed
had
and I'm
plenty of
fully
time.
healed.
You're fully healed at this point.
Yeah.
Change it.
I'm down at the low hit point count of 56.
That's low.
Yes. I'm too close to death.
Leo is very
We need
high
to
at
put you out front
23.
more often.
Solas doesn't need to get hurt any more often than he does.
You could sacrifice some in favor of Leo having more.
Nope. Solas is afraid of death. And
Or
pain.
give me something to make up for that con point I lost.
Leo isn't she? She's experienced it twice now. It's okay.
You can
There's
spin the
nothing
wheel.
to be afraid of.
Yeah, nothing to be afraid of. It's fine. What's a little death between friends, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so you get aboard the flitter and make your way towards the Moon Cravul. It will take a short bit of time to get there. You can see the other moon, and it is already pretty clear that there are some courier ships around it, and beginning to mobilize. Do you want to use the cloaking helm?
We should do when we're half an hour out.
You're less than a half an hour.
Okay.
So they don't see us.
Yeah. So, do we have any idea of how long it takes for this thing to open the door?
Nope.
So, how much have we got left error margin when we get to the face?
I assume we're using the thing straight away, so however
Yeah.
long.
It takes just like less than a minute to get to the moon. Once you're,
okay.
Like once you're away
All
from
right.
everyone else.
Okay, yeah, that's cool then. So we got like 28, 29 minutes.
Yeah.
Cool. We should go invisible then.
We should fly around the moon to locate the side where the door is.
Yeah.
While we are invisible.
Yeah.
Okay. You head to the moon, and let me go ahead and roll. So you see this cube of white and gold ahead of you as you approach it. And conveniently, The side with the door appears to be on a direct line to the sun right now.
Well, then there's no time like present and try to use the prism as shown in the tablets.
Mm.
Are we like
So-
highly visible to the graph or?
We are currently invisible.
Wow, this prism's going to be very visible soon. Maybe.
It will happen. We are currently on this right time to open the door.
I will use my augury before you do that
Okay.
to see if what will happen to us.
What is
What will we
the
encounter? 78.
what's the casting time on that?
2 rounds, so I may have had to cast that. I would have told him, give me 2 minutes.
Okay. And let's see, 78%. Okay, what specifically are you asking?
Will we encounter danger upon entering this cube? I guess.
I'm guessing the answer will be yes.
Probably, immediate danger, I should emphasize. At least that will give us into the...
The
half an hour.
augury, you look over your dice that you've rolled and interpret the results, and the conclusion that you come to is that the answer is no. It's very clear.
Oh.
Oh. Apparently, you've got good, not a good augury. Go for it.
Okay.
Well, since Ockar is the one with carrying the prism, Solas instructs how to use it.
All right. Ockar, you have the prism?
Yep. I
Okay.
have it with me.
Golden prism.
So you
Do
hold
we
it up.
need him to...
Yeah, he stands up, holds it up above his head, directly between the sun, with the sun at your back, and the world right in front of you.
I roll
And
spellcraft as this is going on to see if I can interpret their meaning or attempt to learn what's going on.
go ahead.
I mean, it seems pretty obvious, but I might
Go
be
ahead.
missing something. Nope.
Nothing beyond what you can see and what you've personally guessed about. And the light is caught by the prism, and you see a beam of rainbow-colored light streak out from the opposite side of the prism, making a very clear, visible beam that lances to the large door ahead of you. You're still a fair amount of space away, like in terms of like hundreds of yards kind of thing, and you can see the whole world ahead of you, the whole moon shudder slightly, and the doors begin to slowly slide open. And these are pretty big doors. All of the grav ships that you brought with you could all fit through this door once it's open, with room to spare.
So obvious.
And yeah, it is pretty obvious as it's opening. It essentially leaves on this gleaming, shining cube of white and gold, just this black patch of shadow. Even though the sun is behind you and it's shining in there, it's still shadowed by the fact that it's interior. You don't think there's any particular magic going on. It's just that it is very clear that's like, unless you're looking straight on like you are, it's going to appear as a black mark on the surface of the moon.
I guess we should go in and see what's going on.
The doors are opening slowly. You can get in almost immediately because of the size and the size of the doors and the size of your ship. But it's going to be many minutes before they're fully open.
I'm fine going in.
All right.
Cut to the chase. We might be able to. It might just automatically close once we're in. May not.
Okay. So you guys all want to go in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, unless someone wants to jump off the flitter.
You pass through, and you do find that there is air inside. And once you pass the door, it doesn't like rush out, so it is clearly the equivalent of subterranean air. I.e., the atmosphere is at a level with the exterior of the moon.
I am casting Endure Heat on myself, and I am casting Endure Heat on Leba.
Okay. How long will those last?
No, 12 hours, I think.
Okay.
1 second. If it's an hour and a half every level.
All right.
Thank you, Lafdul.
It'll give you 8 extra hit points against fire damage anyway for the first one.
So as the air envelope of your flitter mixes with the air envelope in here, the first thing that you're struck with is that the air is slightly stale. Not bad enough to cause any problems, just clearly has not really moved much in quite a while. And there's a tang to it, a bit of ozone, and it feels fairly dry. Entering the through the doors almost immediately, there is like this shaft of light. You basically cannot see to either side of you at this point because it's all filled with darkness as the doors are slowly opening, and the sunlight from your back shining in. And what you can see is that there are berths ahead of you, as well as at the midpoint there is a large platform that goes back, and you can see it rising up some stairs to another platform, leading to what you think are a large pair of doors.
Does it look like these are well maintained?
Hard to say right now. You'll have to get up closer, land, something like that. Now, it's very difficult to see beyond this this shaft of light that's coming into the door. It is getting wider as the doors open, but it definitely looks like it's going to take a little bit of time before the doors are fully open for you.
Can you shine around your beacon lantern or something, Braxon? You got a continual light beacon lantern, haven't you? You should be able to light up into the darkness, isn't it?
I do.
I mean, we've got continual light stones and daggers, but they're non-directional, so...
Did you bring that lantern with you?
I didn't say that I was bringing it.
I guess you don't
I might have brought it, but I didn't say I was bringing it. I didn't bring it last time.
Okay.
Oh, well.
Now,
what does that mean?
If you take the ship into the dark parts, it might be a little bit obvious, as you know, like, because right now you're in this shaft of light, so the difference between the two is makes it really hard to see into the shadowed parts. If you turn and go into the shadowed parts, it might be easier, at least on that side.
Yeah.
If that's something you want to do. Otherwise, you can go straight ahead and take the very first berth that's ahead of you.
I think we should just go straight ahead.
Was there any announcer saying, please dock us berthing 1?
Nope. Other than the low grinding sound of the doors opening behind you,
definitely silent.
Yeah, it's like once those open, you think that it's going to be completely silent if you just hang in space.
Oh, I wonder how many iron golems they got in this place.
Lots.
So we can only see what the light shows us?
Right now, if you want to go into the shadowed parts, you might get a better idea of what's back there. You're
What do
pretty
you
sure
guys
that this
think?
is a really big cavernous area.
Yeah, we
just-
need to go inside. So
Well, no,
Yeah.
you're inside. You've entered, but
We're
you're
in
still
the
in this
light.
shaft of light. If you go into the shadowed sections, you might be able to see what's in there. Because of the difference between being in the light and looking into the shadowed area, you can't see what's there. It's pitch black to you.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, then we should go into the shadow area.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree.
So you direct Nor to pull to the right and go into the shadowed area. And doing so reveals dozens, if not hundreds, of berths for ships.
Wow.
You do not see any ships here at all. There is nothing berthed here. But this place could hold, just on this side, dozens, if not hundreds. You can see some, and there's
Mm-hmm.
they're for different sized ships as well. Most of them seem to be about mid-sized. Braxon, you'd estimate for ships perhaps 30 to 40 tons in size.
Right.
There's a small number for ships that would be larger, perhaps up to 70, 80, which is where if you brought your battle dolphin in, it would have to go. And then there are some platforms that you think that would be an ideal place to put down the flitter. Obviously, straight ahead at the gravity plane level, there is a very large, flat, open area. Your flitter would fit just fine there as well. But it would also be very obvious to anything coming in.
Mm-hmm.
You can see some shadowed archways at the back wall off to the sides as well.
I suspect undead might make this place home.
I mean, we have no idea what we might encounter here.
Any undead like darkness.
You're not smelling any
Yeah,
rot.
but
Yeah.
unlike those ruins, this place doesn't seem to be in ruins. It might just be that the people who created this sealed this off.
Yeah, that's the point. How's the prison? Is it still got the gold color?
Yeah.
Well,
Still
If-
got charge.
if there are undead Lafdul, you don't need to worry. The power of Patar will protect us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we should land out of the light so that we can't be seen.
So the doors
kind of
are
a shame.
still opening, and it is slowly bringing more of the shadowed section into the light.
Right.
But you've
we get
also
an
got
idea?
multiple levels
Sorry.
here as
Yeah.
well. So there are berths below the gravity plane and above the gravity plane, as well as a number on the gravity plane. The chamber itself is kind of diamond shaped, or like
Yeah.
at least on the edges, so that the gravity plane, there's more berths along there, and then there are angled edges until it gets down to a flat part at the top and bottom.
Silly question, but is there any way we could go past the berths and land on the other side of a building or something?
There's no
So-
buildings, but if you go well above the gravity plane, there are berths up there, and bringing your flitter in up there might at least keep it out of obvious sight of anything coming in. And so it would basically boil down to whether they make a beeline for that door that's back at the back, or they actually explore around.
Yeah.
Before we land anywhere, we should do quick flyby of the interior. That we can.
Yeah, you can take a few minutes to fly around.
We can see more than just the birds.
Yeah, you can take a couple minutes to fly around.
Yeah, I'd say that we should do that.
Okay, no, we'll make it so.
See if there's any like, how want to say like arcanic ruining writing or something. You know, that might be like the equivalent of like a panel that goes off.
That just to see if there's anything that basically catches our attention.
Oh, Braxon's going to ask Nor if he can see anything unusual with his helm sight.
No, he doesn't. Especially on the flitter, it's no better than normal sight.
Okay.
So you do a couple circuits. You've only gone to one side. You go check the other side, and it's basically a mirror image. Going through the gravity plane, you do a quick flip with the ship to keep upright and everything like that. And it's basically the same above and below the gravity plane. However, so the higher berths, like there are a couple extra levels going up and down, with some large staircases going between the levels. And it looks like there's some machinery that would function as cranes at various points. But you'd have to get in close and like land and examine one to have an idea of whether that is what they are and whether they're functional and stuff like that. But there are hold on. There are also some archways, small archways, really only about the size for a single person to pass through. At various points, you count about a dozen of them, and there's no real indication on any of them that there is a difference between them. Like you don't see visible writing, signage, anything like that. Yes, Solas, you had a question.
Are there any differences on the different berths except the size of a ship they might be able to hold and the potential cargo moving machinery? Like, does some parts seem like that would be for more important ships?
Nothing that you can obviously make out.
Okay. And there is just these berths on the both sides of the insides.
Yeah. I mean, the interior of this, the flat platforms where leading from each for the different levels of the berths, they're pretty wide, broad, flat areas. Like you could land a lot of flitters just on the flat surfaces alone.
Okay. And these archways, they led
it's
away
dark.
from the berths.
Yeah, you'd have to go actually investigate them.
Okay. Well, I think we should pick a location and start investigating.
Right. Nor asks where you'd like him to put down.
Well, we're going to start in the middle and work outwards, or are we going to start on one of the extremes and work inwards?
I think we should. Were these archways in every area?
Yeah, they're leading off from the berths, and then at the gravity plane back, there's a pair of large doors on a raised platform. Stairs lead up to them.
Oh, well, if there's large doors, we should
we
go there first.
Check the doors first.
Okay, do you want Nor to put the ship down right there?
Yeah, close to the doors.
In full view of anything coming into the...
No, a bit off to the side. That's why I was saying, is there a building or something we can get behind? But you were saying we got to go way off to one side?
So if you go to like the topmost level...
Yeah. How long will that take in walking time?
It'll add a fair bit of walking time, but anyone coming into, unless they do the kind of thing that you just did, circle around, they're not going to see the flitter at all. The angle's just wrong.
Yeah. So it would be a bit of protection for Nor, but it would mean that we would have to run back to the flitter.
Is it possible for a Nord just to leave us there and then fly to the upper berths?
Sure.
Yeah, that's a point. Yeah.
That would reduce the travel time from the upper berths to the doors.
But also, he'd be really close to one of these archways, and he's not about to go get out of the flitter and go look in it.
Yeah, he can stay in the flitter.
No, we don't want him to come out of flitter.
Right, but
This
there's
is
an
where we should
archway
have secret.
that could hide something. Like there could be something inside there. He's saying,
that could be dangerous.
Leave us near the archway then.
We all do a clearance.
okay, so he
Can he drop us?
He
Yeah, go
flies
on.
up to the topmost berth where the flitter would be hidden, where you want him to stay, and there is an archway up there.
Right.
I guess
So-
that's the way we're going.
We should start heading to the door.
So you
So-
want to ignore Solas wants to ignore the archway.
I mean, you said that the... Well, we could check the
No,
archway.
you're saying the archway might be dangerous.
Well, let's check the archway.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Go for the archway.
Okay. You carefully get out and check through that archway, and it pretty quickly becomes clear that this leads to a branching path that on one side leads to what amounts to barracks. There are no doors. There may have been cloth curtains or something like that, but like you can see that there's some attachments up there made of metal, but there's no cloth at all. There isn't even any obvious dust of disintegrated or scraps or anything like that on the one side, but many stone sleeping platforms that you've seen in the other ruins laid out in a large chamber. And then on the other side, it's just a big empty room. Pretty clearly would have been a storage room of some sort. But it is empty.
By the way, are these interiors made out of also the marble and gold, or just the marble?
Primarily just the marble. There is some gold, but it's not like connected to each other. It's more of accent.
Okay.
And do you want to do anything like touch it with something or anything like that to see what happens?
I guess detect magic.
There is magic everywhere.
Okay.
Do we know? No, an atmosphere wouldn't radiate magic, would it? A
It
magical
would if it was
atmosphere.
magical.
Yeah,
It's
but when you
generated
create
by
a
magic and kept in place by magic and stuff like that. Yeah, it would all
I
be
thought
magic.
Spelljammer helms are magical atmospheres.
No,
No, they got nothing to do
the
with the
atmospheres are around ships are natural. You have to go
Oh.
into it like it's a property of gravity, which is also natural. The helm itself
then
is
this-
magical, but it has nothing to do with the air envelope.
Yeah, because it's like they create atmosphere spell, and I'm getting confused, mate.
Now,
you've been talking to groundlings.
if you found an object that had no atmosphere, you could cast enough spells to create an atmosphere, or you could have a dwarven citadel and enchant portions of it to magically create atmosphere, thus generating a fresh atmosphere constantly, so you don't have to worry about plants and stuff like that and it going foul. And then that kind of thing would radiate as magic, and that might be going on here. But this place also probably was made with magic, and that
Is it-
might also
Able to determine what type of magic?
No.
Yeah.
it's too
Too
muddled.
mixed up.
So Braxon will say to Solas, it is like the floor magical and the walls magical.
Everything's magical.
Yep.
Don't touch anything unnecessarily.
Don't
The
walk on the floor.
records did mention that trying to remove the gold, for example, was deadly.
I wonder if this whole moon could be one thing, like alive or a golem or something.
It's possible, but Solas's conclusion would definitely be that this whole thing was made. This is not a
Yeah.
naturally forming, like not even like a naturally formed thing that was modified kind of thing. Like they found an asteroid made entirely of marble and then carved it out kind of thing. No, with engineering, he's pretty sure that this place, and Vordon and Genva would agree that they think that this place was made entirely. Which is it takes considerable effort and magic to do.
Decades, if not hundreds of years.
Yeah, impossible. It's impossible to say how long it took whoever made it to make it. But you do
Be careful what you touch.
one thing to note about the interior is that none of the gold lines on the walls and stuff like that are anywhere near as thick as outside. But the archway here doesn't have any doors that you found. You haven't searched for secrets or anything like that, so that's a possibility. But it doesn't have any other passageways or anything like that. So. So what do you want to do now?
Guess we go through or something.
Well, you can go back and let Nor know that there's nothing dangerous that you found back through the archway. He'll certainly feel more comfortable.
Yeah, let's go inform Nor, and then Nor could drop us near the door, since those doors seems to be the biggest thing that is different in here from any other place inside here.
Okay, that sound good to everyone?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think we find the solution by searching each individual berth and archway.
Alright.
Since this place is huge.
Let me go ahead and bring you over to the map. And it's going to be at the bottom of the map, so... Go ahead and ping you down to the bottom. There we go. Alright, so Nor has let you off, and you can see ahead of yourself. There is a considerable amount of space behind you, like stretching back to the berths. And he's let you off basically as at the back point. It all kind of leads back to this platform ahead of you, and the doors up on the platform above you, which is a good 20 feet up.
Are there any markings or on the walls except these gold lines that are in the floor?
None that you're seeing. Everything is made of very precise blocks, precisely sized. Vordon Genva would tell you that they're not sure that any actual mortar was used. Everything just seems to fit perfectly together. Maybe maybe magic was used to fuse them or something like that. But they're very impressed by the work done putting this together, kind of thing.
Does this place look like it's made really from marble, or could it be similar to that stone metal composite that they had?
You're pretty sure it's marble.
Okay.
Well, Genva and Vordon would tell you it's definitely marble.
What about those pillars? Are they just pillars or?
They're just pillars.
Okay.
They hold up the ceiling.
There's no decorations in them or?
It's like geometric patterns coming down the sides.
Yeah, no statues or
Mhm.
I
something
think
like
we
that.
should head for the doors then. See what we got going on here. I'll lead the way.
We've
Don't
had
go too close to the doors. I will cast find traps before we try to open the doors.
I gotcha. I'll just head up the stairs.
Are there any patterns we can recognise in all these lines and things?
Nothing that means anything to you. It's just geometric shapes and stuff like that.
Nothing happens as I go up the stairs.
Not yet.
Okay. Come
I
on, Solas.
will cast the detect traps.
Geometric shapes. So, can we? Is it like different sided shapes?
It might be like their language because everything, like we had that lovely rug that killed me had geometric shapes. That blanket that helps us sleep faster has geometric shapes.
Yeah.
It seems to be like a language or a theme.
It's like
Or it's just
patterns of regular shapes that fit together and stuff like that.
Right.
All
Got you.
that.
Like tesseracts and stuff like that.
Does the find traps find anything?
Let's see.
I scan the doors and the area in front of them.
No, there is no trap being detected by the area out here or the doors.
Okay.
Okay, I guess I'll go open the door over here then.
Okay. You do not see any handles on it. You could try pushing it. It does look like they
I have an idea.
they could be pushed. They're hinged, but they do not have handles. And yeah, I did forget to get Vordon and Genva out on the map. Hold on a second.
I'll tap it with the prism.
Okay.
Does the sunlight from the sun reach here?
It does. It definitely
Did
does.
poking it with the prism help?
Nope, did not do anything.
Okay, then I'll try pushing it.
Use the sunlight from the prism.
Oh, I guess I'll try the same thing I did to get the place open.
Okay.
Holding up the prism in the sunlight while I'm facing the doors.
Alright, you do so. A beam of light lances out, but nothing happens.
Okay, physical force it is. I'm gonna try to push it open.
Alright, go ahead and give me an open doors roll.
You
Is it
tried actually just
D20?
pushing it.
Yep.
That would pass.
Okay. Give me just a second.
Oh, I wanted to be clever about it before I went for brute force, Lafdul.
Was the door even locked?
He tried to push it and it didn't open.
Oh, right. I didn't hear that. I'm so sorry.
I'm assuming that he tried that.
Yeah.
Give me just a second. Let me check something. Okay. Alright. Alright, so you push the door open there, and you basically like slam your shoulder into it, and it there's a scraping sound as it opens, and there is a dull sound that begins echoing throughout the entire
Hey, there's
facility
the alarm.
and area.
Well, we've already triggered the alarm. Come on, guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna head on through with Behemoth.
Okay.
Lock
I
him
will
in.
Scan the next doors. And the area.
I look behind us. There's a door behind it. Is the main entranceway to this complex now
I don't
closing?
have sight in this room.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me see what you got.
should have my
Do you
dagger.
have
Still got my dagger.
I got a continual light dagger.
Okay.
Or you could use your axe.
Yeah, I could. And Mamel should have his own sight.
Hang on. I'm having trouble getting the scroll options to work on the page.
Well, it should have
Just right click and drag.
I mean it should have pulled you down there, so
Yeah.
Okay, I can see now.
Yeah, that's better.
Is the main door to this complex now closing?
it doesn't look like it.
Because the alarm went off and I was just wondering.
So Ockar is heading up the stairs.
I'm
Solas,
scanning
you're
for
in the
traps.
door. You're scanning. You're not getting anything indicating any traps. Is anyone else following Ockar in, or is he just going up the stairs on his own?
Yeah, I'll follow Ockar in. I'll squeeze past Solas if I can without interfering with what he's doing.
I'm
I mean,
looking
there's
behind.
plenty of space in the doorway. It's not like we actually take the 5 feet square that we are in.
And then I'm gonna try to open this door.
Okay. As you reach the top, Ockar, with Braxon following behind, Leva entering, the stairs shake and turn into a slope,
Whee!
and Solas, I will note that your spell did not detect anything.
Yeah.
Some
So
spells can't be blocked with
So,
simple divination.
Did you see how Lever jumped out of the way because Braxon was going to land on her?
I did see that.
Yes.
Put yourself back where you were, Leva. Put yourself back where you were.
Can me and Bamel roll dexterity to see if we jump for
I'm
the...
gonna let you know what you roll in just a second.
Braxon!
I think Lever's going to be quite nice and soft to land on.
Scooby-Doo.
Not once she gets her feet under you.
Okay, so I need a dexterity check from you, Ockar. Do a saving throw versus paralyzation for Bjolmolf. There are penalties to this. Braxon, same thing for you. And
Which
Leva,
one?
same thing for you.
The
Dexterity
saving throw.
check.
What do you need?
Dexterity check.
Paralyzation. No.
Bjolmolf doesn't have dexterity, so it's...
I see.
Oh. Is that good or bad?
PPTM.
That's
I
bad.
forget.
Bad. Unless you have high
Braxon
dex.
lands on me.
Oh wow.
So
Well,
I'm
even
gonna,
worse.
I'm gonna use this reroll I just bought for my dexterity roll.
I mean,
Incoming!
You can't. You rolled even worse than I did. So you must have taken a jump across sleeve.
So, but if meat is passing too, right?
Unfortunately, it is a dexterity check at half your score.
Oh damn it!
So,
everyone
14 and
failed.
15 is too high.
Oh,
Solas,
let me roll for Beowulf.
Yeah.
It's paralyzation, right?
yes, and
Is
Solas,
that the first roll?
yes. Solas,
Okay, nope.
I do. 16 is not enough.
His score, the score I have to get below is above, right?
Yeah, you want above.
11.
Okay.
So
yeah.
he passes.
Bjolmolf is okay. Bjolmolf is more dexterous than you.
He's a
You're wearing
quadruped.
armor and stuff like that. So he leaps forward, Unfortunately, he is not able to do anything about you.
I take it that Tayan jumped out the backpack.
No.
Tayan
Solas,
goes
I'm going to
with
need
you.
a dexterity check from you because right in front of you, the floor has opened up, and you might just be close enough, but it's just a normal dexterity check.
Okay.
Nope.
That's not enough.
Nope. All right, so the floor has
Consumed half the party.
I would
opened
say
up
the
and
viewers should take note that all of us know when to roll high.
dropped you down. So that's going to be all of you guys down there, and let me go ahead and
Down to party town.
Yeah.
At least Fable's safe.
He can carry all of us up, you know.
So what
I
is
think
that
you
bit
do it
where
one at a
Solas
time.
is
You've gone down
actually a
pit.
hole?
Yes, a
It's
hole has
bit.
opened up at the bottom of the stairs, dropping you all down 20
Are there
feet
spikes?
to spikes. Yeah.
Oh no!
Would
Levin's dead.
Braxon get a chance to use his stick?
Not until you're down. Like everything happened too
Okay.
fast.
Down.
Down
Down,
to
down,
spike
Braxton,
down.
10.
you should sort of be below me. Can I drop on you?
I mean, he slipped and slid down, kind of thing. You were just over the pit.
You don't have Slowfall memorized, do you, Lever?
Featherfall.
Not memorized,
Nope,
no.
I don't think so.
Do we
No.
have to roll any saving throws for the spikes, or
No, you're taking the damage you fell on them.
All
Starting
right,
to go,
so
who could
everyone
survive then?
takes 6 points of damage first for falling,
Ouch.
ouch?
I blame Lafdul.
and 21 damage for hitting the spikes.
21.
Lev,
21.
Goodbye. It was nice living.
you're only unconscious.
I'm at
Help!
-4.
Lever's a nice spike on her.
She goes.
You probably would have screamed. That would have been very painful. At least you
Very
don't have to do it
short,
high.
very short scream.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Leva's scream is cut off with a gurgling sound.
Lafdul's like, oh, that didn't look good. Looks over the edge. He's like, oh, that looks bad.
Vordon, Genva, and Margoth give shouts, rushing up behind you. They can't really see down because you guys are in the doorway. Saying, "What happened?"
Spikes. Pain.
Braxon,
Laf-
you didn't deduct the damage?
My token
my
hasn't
rope out.
updated my damage.
Sorry, Ald, I dropped out after you said we'll.
Oh, you took 6 points of damage from the fall, and then a further 21 points of damage from the spikes.
What?
These
And Leva is
spikes,
beside you going.
I'm seeing
this-
your token updated, Solas.
I didn't update for me the token.
Refresh.
Yeah, refresh.
are the spikes completely covering the floor, or any of them avoidable if I were to jump down?
They're completely covering the floor. They're not avoidable at all.
Can Braxon break off the spikes around him?
If you're willing to take some more damage.
Braxton, do you have your rope?
Yeah.
Send it to command it to go to one of the grabs while you're holding the other end.
Am
Well-
I close enough to Leva to use
I
healing
think they're a
on her?
bit busy being impaled.
I thought I could get out on the ladder, but the reason why I was saying that about breaking the spikes was so that Braxton could get to other people without getting spiked crossing the room.
I guess
The rope.
Well,
I will.
okay, real fast. Hold on a second. Solas, not without
Mhm.
taking more damage, which would ruin your spell.
I'm not talking about spell. I'm talking about using healing proficiency.
I'm
You'll
impaled.
take more damage.
Yeah, I have hit points to spare. Leva doesn't.
All right.
I mean, Lafdul's using Elder Self at this point. He's gonna fly down or
If
float
I
down.
calculated correctly, Leva is about on -7 or something like that.
No, she's a -4.
Ah, well,
Not that we know. We don't know. You're bleeding out pretty badly.
yeah.
All right. So you're
Which is
gonna
why-
rush over to Leva.
Yeah, to bandage her.
All right. Give me another dexterity check at half your score.
This time I'm going to be using reroll.
Okay.
Ald,
Yes.
can Braxon use the rod? Hang on, I need to
You
like
can pull yourself
ruler thing.
out by
No.
propelling
Well,
opposite.
No. I'll tell you what I want to do. Right.
Oh yeah.
Can hang on.
Yep. Go
Can
ahead.
Braxon use the rod to make a ladder from? Oh, I don't want to do snap to middle. Basically, to make a ladder out of here, so that Leva and Solas can go up the ladder.
Leva's going to
unconscious.
need to be taken up the ladder.
Oh, she's unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
up,
she's
bleeding
almost
out.
She's
dead.
unconscious and bleeding out on the spikes next to you.
Which is why Solas is sacrificing hit points.
Yeah.
Okay. How many people can get on the ladder? Is there a limit to it?
A reasonable limit. It's very strong and sturdy, so basically it's like as many people can physically fit on it, kind of thing, as far as you
Okay,
know.
then Braxon will get onto the ladder if he can get onto the ladder, and then he'll try lifting Lever up off the spikes.
All right, so you're going to extend it up to where Finn and Lafdul are.
Yeah, up to
Okay.
up to the other room.
All right, so
And
Solas.
if he sees Solas is trying to heal,
Solas, yeah, Solas is pushing his way through the spikes, trying to avoid them, which is what the dexterity check was for, trying to avoid being cut by him. He does not. He takes 7 points of damage. And now go ahead and do a healing proficiency check on Leva.
Just a moment. While I'll scroll.
yeah, I wouldn't be able to pull it up straight away, would I? It'd be a couple of rounds to do that.
Okay, you managed to get her bleeding under control and stopped. So Leva, you're at
Well impaled.
0 hit points.
Phew. Then Solas stops moving.
All right, so Braxon, give me a dexterity check at half your. Actually, we'll give it at a normal score because the ladder is going to be blocking some of the and probably like.
I'll probably still roll a 20.
Nope.
Oh,
All right.
that's-
So you're able
that's
to
a bit
get
better.
onto the ladder without any more damage.
Yeah.
Give me a strength check to see if you succeed in getting Leva out without any problems.
Okay.
And you do.
Oh.
All right.
Right.
All right. So you're able to climb up and out.
Yeah. I'm not going to climb up and out. I'm going to climb up and pass Lever up to the others.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to come back down, and I want to help pull Solas out.
You might want to give the magic rope to the people up there to help.
Is
So,
there anything?
Here's the
well,
thing. Here's the thing. If
yeah.
you get up and out and reposition the ladder, then
Okay.
Solas won't have to move very much.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll do that then.
Also, like I said, give the magic
Yeah.
rope to others so they can help you.
I understand that, but Ockar's on the other side of the room, so I'll deal with that in a moment.
All right.
Um,
So Finn,
I'm just gonna hang out here perfectly still while I'm waiting for help.
Finn and
Right,
Lafdul, you might need
since-
to move out of the way so that there's space for Braxon to get up.
Yeah, while Braxton's repositioning the ladder, he's going to ask the others to look on the ceiling and see if there's anything to hang the rope from.
I mean,
There is not.
yeah, just give the
Right.
rope to others.
Well, there's no point because there's nothing to hang the rope from. We'll have to open the other door.
So as soon as Leva gets passed up and we get her on the floor, Finn will cast Cure Serious.
Okay. All right, 14 hit points healed. That will wake
Wow, thank
Leva
you.
up. I will note that Braxon is currently still down at the bottom of the pit.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
The point of giving the rope to others was that they can help you pull me and Ockar out there with the rope.
He just
Yeah.
needs to get the ladder down to you, though. Like, at this point, Braxton's up. He can reposition the ladder to right in front of your feet, and you can
Yeah.
just climb up.
Okay.
So Ocker's off at an angle. So if we put him on a rope, he's going to swing, and he's going to hit.
Here's an idea, Braxton. Open the other door.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Or you can just get the ladder from this doorway down to him.
Yeah.
It's a big, sturdy ladder.
Okay.
I will cast Cure Moderate on myself.
And Leva has been knocked unconscious. So you're going to be doing that, Braxton? With the door? I mean the ladder?
Yeah.
Over to
Yeah.
Ockar. All right. Ockar, you're able to climb out, the ladder protecting you from the spikes around you.
Oh, thank goodness.
Now, you do have
Just
a pit and a sloped set of stairs in front of you, and Bjolmolf is on the other side.
Yeah.
Braxton, do you think you can make the ladder reach the top of the stairs from the doorway?
Before that, real fast, Leva was knocked unconscious. I am going to allow you a saving throw versus petrification to see if you avoid losing your spells for being knocked unconscious.
Oh.
Because it
Use
is
the
the
reroll,
start
please.
of this. You do have a reroll.
Use the reroll, please. Please. Please, I'm begging you.
All right. Okay, let's have a reroll. Probably don't need it now. Well, maybe I did. Petrification again. Yes.
There we go. All right, so
Thank
you do not lose your spells. I'm being generous. Don't expect this every time you guys go get knocked unconscious, spellcasters.
Thank you. Thank you.
It felt bad to cause you to lose all of your spells right at the beginning of the dungeon. All right, so Braxon, you probably can get the ladder over to the other side, up where Bjolmolf is.
First trap, and we already lose a huge amount of our healing spells.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything around that we could throw into that pit to cover over the spikes?
Not unless you wanted to like excavate the walls and pull out stones or something like that.
Okay, right. I suggest
A third Cure Moderate on myself.
I suggest when we have someone go up the slope to open a door that we send one person in case that top bit turns into a slope as well and throws them down.
I vote Lafdul. He has the best possibility of surviving this.
I could just fly up there.
Yeah, I was gonna fly down and heal you, but other people wanted to do stuff, so I was quite content to just wait at that point.
Well, the other thing is that if you flew down, then you would be... I mean, you don't have a form that can hover.
No,
you would have been
I
landing
could
in the spike.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been as bad for me as it was for them.
Bless you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
on height.
Well, you might want to take a moment to get some more healing spells cast. I'll have Vordon and Margoth cast a few, since they can do so.
I have 2 Cure Light Wounds prepared, and I have Lay on Hands.
Do you want to use them, or do you want to save them?
I'm going... has he been healed some with healing magic?
Leva has, yes.
Is he still unconscious?
No, she's not unconscious.
she's well on the way to getting better. It was just a flesh wound.
Vordon is going to cast Cure Light Wounds on you, Leva, knowing that you are squishy.
Squishy.
I'm
3
gonna
hit
use-
points.
I'm gonna use
How
lay on
many?
hands.
I'm sorry.
3.
3. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use lay on hands on myself to get back 20 hit points,
Okay.
and then I'm going to cast Cure Light Wounds on the Leva
All right.
for 2 hit points,
Well,
And I'm gonna
everything
save my-
helps.
and I'm gonna save my other Cure Light Wounds for emergencies.
Okay.
I will use one
let's
Cure Light
see.
Wounds on myself.
Margoth has a Cure Moderate Wounds that she will cast on Braxon
Oh, that's kind.
for 7 hit points.
7 hit points. Woohoo!
The other
And
irony is
Finn will cast a Cure Moderate on Solas.
Oh, thank you.
if Lafdul went down, no one would have healed him because he would have survived and been fine.
I mean, you would have personally said that you don't need to heal us. To heal you.
I've got healing spells if you need them.
And a Cure Light on Leva.
Thank you. Wow.
Lafdul's regretting whether or not he should have cast Sacred Guardian on Leva.
And I think I will save my remaining healing spells for later.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot! You know what? I just remembered something that I was going to say, and this is literally something that I completely forgot that I was going to do for you guys. Vordon's uncle would have given everyone a potion of extra healing.
Mm.
So slight retcon. I swear to everything that I am not doing this just because of all the damage you just took. I really did plan to do this. And I just slipped my mind earlier.
Is that the one we can take 3 sips of or chug the lot?
Yes.
Yeah. Can use it. Yeah, normal.
All right. So I think it is about time to end the session. So I think we're gonna let you guys have a ponder about how you want to move forward.
Well, I can think of an obvious solution.
Yeah.
We just use ladder.
Yeah. You do also have the alarm going. So if you
Yeah.
want to think about
Also,
that, see if there's a way to...
Lafdul is the most acrobatic and knowledgeable about traps. The spell didn't find traps, so it's up to Lafdul.
I mean, it's just a mechanism. Doesn't necessarily have it. Some things are not traps.
Yeah, but that's
That was a trap.
That's just clever.
That was a trap.
that's definitely trap.
That was definitely a trap.
There's just something that Mask did from Find Trap spell.
So, yes, you'll have a week to think about how you want to proceed, whether you want to try and disable the alarm, how you're going to go forward with dealing with potential traps that cannot be detected with magic. And we'll see how you guys do. Before we wrap it up, that is going to be 1,000 XP for everyone, 500 for Solas, and 1,500 total for Solas, and 1,750 total for Leva. Everyone else gets 1,000.
That's split evenly.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right.
How much XP was it?
1,000.
Okay, yeah, we didn't really do much.
So I want to thank you guys for playing. I want to thank everyone out there for watching. We will be back next week for more as the party sees what they can do with these traps, with the alarm, and with this dungeon in general.
Oh. Solas, you got bandages now.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Well, something
Oh,
positive.
actually, that's the point. I've been meaning to roll this for a long time. because you changed the how much material you get back instead of it being a fixed 10.
Yeah.
6 uses the roll 1d10. Obviously, when it applies.
Yeah, so make a note of that. And we'll be back next week to see how the party deals with that. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you next time.
Thanks
Take
for the
care,
game.
everyone.
Thanks for the
Thanks
game.
for having us.